People have cut up Crossfire Hurricane in a lot of different ways and used a lot of different analogies to try to explain this. The first one being the name of the operation itself, Crossfire Hurricane, which is more of a combination of a weather storm and a shooting gallery.
Jumpin' Jack Flash was running through my mind. And one of the lyrics, Mick Jagger kind of swaggering and saying, I was born in a crossfire hurricane.
You can't look at it in the form of a chess game in the sense that the spy business is a chess game, espionage is a chess game. You don't reveal all your future moves to your opponent. You wait to watch what your opponent is going to do, to see if your opponent takes the lures that you offer them, that you're trying to entrap them, and so forth. Peter Strzok's father, senior, was a longtime CIA employee all over Africa, all over the Middle East, helped engineer overthrows in the Middle East. Peter Strzok was living in Tehran, going to Tehran High School during the overthrow of the Shah. He grew up speaking Farsi, and he has been intimately connected with things that were critical, most significantly the Iran nuclear deal. That was a $150 billion payday on day one. And what people forget is there was two more $150 billion paydays that were scheduled in the deal that Trump canceled. Okay, so there's your motive. And the means of this was Crossfire Hurricane.
July 21st, 2016, summer before the election. Trump is a disaster. And then 1 week later, you open that Crossfire Hurricane investigation. I mean, it just looks like you saw a way to stop Donald Trump from becoming president of the United States.
We've been painted this picture that they're lovers and they just hate Trump. And these two rogue agents decided to run a Crossfire Hurricane with long-term CIA and FBI informants.
An understanding that we needed to do a broader counterintelligence look. And Director Mueller, speaking with him, speaking with his senior team, as well as back at the FBI with Acting Director McCabe, we all had agreed that the FBI personnel on his team that I was leading, that we would do that counterintelligence look, which would include that into the president. Now, that's a really, really difficult thing to do. And I was struggling up until the day I left to try and figure out how to do it. Because if you think about it, that's a massive undertaking.
No, it didn't start because Trump said, Russia, if you're out there, publish Hillary's emails.
I mean, look, I recruited people to work for the United States for over 20 years. I worked against those who were trying to recruit those within the U.S. And there are a ton of motivations. I mean, the big categories are those of money, ideology, coercion, or ego.
Strzok identified 4 suspects in the Trump campaign: Papadopoulos, Carter Page, Paul Manafort, and Michael Flynn.
We now know that Brennan had a task force to investigate Trump long before, into 2015, and basically it was just a changing of the guard. Brennan was just giving over the operatives and intelligence that he had compiled over to Strzok to continue on. The CIA informants just melded into the FBI informants into one document, the Trump dossier.
Okay, we are live, people. Give us an X by X on the audio. It is high noon with George Webb, investigative journalist and reporter, aka Deep Journo, and he is reporting to us live from Mexico once again. It is travel day for me, George. And are you the same boat? How are you doing today, sir?
Yeah, traveling. They're going to throw me out of the room at any minute.
we're going to be going back to visit with Peter Duke and doing some more meme work. You know, you got to do a little meme work. It's like boxing when you're training. You know, you got to do a little rope work, a little heavy bag, all that. You know how it is. And so
You got to get in the meme trenches.
yeah, you got to get into the meme warfare sometimes. You don't like to do too much of that, but you got to do some of it, unfortunately, because that's just the way our society's attention span is. But yeah, had a good day yesterday. I did a lot this morning. I got up very early this morning, about 4 this morning, and just where in the world is Fox News? You know, when we were out there interviewing Don Jr. and we were out there interviewing Eric Jr. and we were out asking them questions and stuff, where was Fox News? Nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. So you can see Trump now is making the call, switch everyone who watched Fox News in the past, switch over to alternative media, block mainstream news. They're all fake. Move on over to alternative news where you get the truth. News is too important to be fake. That's why you want citizen journalism. And that's the story. There, Andy. My goodness, Andy.
Hey, what's going on, George? You got a nice tan
Hey, I
going.
was just yeah, I finally got outside yesterday. It was kind of amazing. Yesterday was my first kind of, I would say, party day where I actually felt like I was in Mexico on vacation, but it's okay. I got a lot of work done here, so it was good. And how are you doing back there? It's now dropped down in temperature, right?
Yeah, it's starting to get cold up here. Addie and I are hunkering down here in the studio. I'm trying to get the new website up and running. It's almost finished. Should be done by this weekend. Addie's been working hard, doing his thing, doing his journalism thing. So we're having fun up here in Michigan during the crisis. So hopefully with everyone's work going on, we can get to the bottom of things.
Yeah, and I am. Go ahead, George.
Go ahead. Well, I saw you did a 2-minute cut of me calling out Warren Flood before election night was even over.
Yeah, at the behest of Aaron.
Aaron's been bugging us the past couple of days to get the editing done.
There he is.
Yeah, before it was even over.
I'll be here in a few minutes. I just booked the awesomest charrette awesomeness in the state of Georgia.
Did you get the Fuqua?
It is cancelable, but I just did it. George and I have been able to connect.
Tell me where. Don't make me wait. Tell me where it's going to be.
You want me to tell you on air? You really want me to tell you on air?
Yeah. I like Georgia more than Florida because we can get more space in Georgia.
I have booked us some yurts, George. A yurt. I don't know if you know what a yurt is.
Oh, I know what a yurt is. I'm happy.
So we have lodging for up to 15 at a couple of yurts at the Stone Mountain Campground at Stone Mountain Park outside of Atlanta.
Beautiful.
For the first week of December. Now, I don't know if anybody will be registering to vote, even though I have heard that if you do register to vote before December 7th, you are able to vote in the Georgia elections. So there will be a mass of Americans racing into Georgia to register to vote to swing the Senate in the direction that they want. But we'll be there to cover it. We have our campground and our yurts booked.
I am the Senate.
So we'll do details later. And I know you wanted to go to Florida, but I couldn't pass this up. And it's only $20 to cancel. So I just did it.
Wow, that's great. Well, I have a little known fact here. My great grandfather, John Jasper Acton, was actually shot in the head at the Battle of Stone Mountain in Georgia after he was wounded at the Battle of Lookout Mountain. But the one that when he got it in the head, that was his last battle. But he lived to go on to have 13 kids.
I believe Battlestone was on the itinerary. I was making a Georgia itinerary of things we could do, and I think Battlestone was one of the sites that was on the list that we were going to visit. So hopefully we can get over there. I know Kennesaw Mountain. They got the Georgia Guidestones, Indian Burial Mounds, the CNN headquarters, Turner broadcasting. So there's a lot of stuff we can do while we're down there on top of just hanging out and doing our thing like we normally do.
I do want to. Okay, yeah.
I was gonna say that's fascinating, George. That story about you said that was your great grandfather or great grandfather?
Great grandfather,
Wow.
John Jack in Alabama 20. I believe he was Alabama 20th, but I could be wrong the unit, but I'm pretty sure it was Alabama 20th. But Kennesaw Mountain's a great hike. I've hiked Kennesaw Mountain before. I sure hope there isn't no frost in the morning because it is a little colder there in Atlanta and CNN territory, Donnie O'Sullivan territory, than it is in Florida. But hey, it's on the way to Florida, so that's a good thing.
Plus, we have climate controlled, so the yurts do have beds, and they have heating and air, so we'll be heated in the yurts. They do have a collective bathroom, though. You got to kind of scamper out in the morning to go to the group campgroundy bathroom area. There is a ton of RV space at this place, so certainly if you have your own RV and you want to connect with us and maybe do your own RVing, we could do that on the side. But we've got our yurts for our crew.
Yurts are not tents. I see that in the comments. Yurts are not tents. They're little bungalows. So
I want to say, though, just geopolitically in a way, and then we'll round it up and we'll talk about this off air, George. I'm sorry we didn't get a chance. I mean, we're all busy. I did it. If you go on Wikipedia and you look up this stone mountain, it gives you this claptrap of like, the NAACP says it's a racist mountain and only racists go there and it's a racist icon and right? Like
It said it was like a gathering place or like a monument to white supremacy, basically.
and it's like,
But
so how many racist mountains are we going to have when this is all said and done, right? It's like 50 racist mountains. I mean, the mountains are racist now too, right?
okay, we're not worried about that, Aaron.
Well, I just want to say our next trip, Addie did such great work helping us last night. Our next trip after this trip, we're going to do the Florida. We've still got some things to iron out with the Florida, but we are going to be going to Ghana. Addie's got our Ghana itinerary all nice and polished.
Yeah, it's done. I didn't post it for some reason, but I'm going to post it after the show.
So if it's like, if they think we're a bunch of racists for going to this campground because it's a great place and it's a historical place where we want to learn and honor our history, we're going to Africa next. So fine. It's like they can call us who they want to call us and the trolls can come at us. But like, I want to go there. I think everybody would want to go there. I think it's an important place to go right now. There's great history, current events, everything. And you can't call us racist because we're going to a historical monument. Like, what am I missing here?
I'm just speaking for myself. I've only been called racist in Oregon. So, recently, Aaron's got some trolls coming after him, but Aaron's coming back soon, guys. I know we're all gonna be pretty unable to function until then. But I actually haven't experienced too much trollage as far as internet trollage recently. I do get the occasional person in the comments and stuff, but
I really want to have the folks who are protesters come on out because we are an African news network. You can call Aaron and his black wife and his 4 mixed race children a racist to his face. You can certainly film that and post that and try to convince the world that if you have a black wife and 4 children by that wife that you're racist. I think we don't have to worry too much about that. That would be Donnie O'Sullivan falling into our trap, I think. I could see Donnie O'Sullivan, though, easily out there trying to put a Confederate stars and bars in the back of one of our pickups. So watch out for Donnie O'Sullivan late at night. He'll be doing that.
Oh, yeah. I'm not saying it's not something that could happen in the future, of course. But, if it is, that's I think they're going into a battle that's probably not a smart one to enter.
Yeah, I CNN is there, and that's what I love the most about it. So we're not really going to. If we go to Atlanta, which is kind of neat, because I've spent a little time in Atlanta, but not too much. There is another neighborhood news guy down there, Atlanta Gray. I don't know if you've seen him but he's expressed interest in doing a neighborhood news type location. So that's kind of cool.
We'll be about an hour away from Atlanta, it looks like. So we'll definitely be
Yeah.
headed there quite a bit throughout the whole the trip. And I would like to throw this out there that anyone of any race, religion, or color is invited to the charrette as long as you pay.
Well,
What?
As long as you pay.
Oh, as long as you pay. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. I mean, we're completely.
That's the number one rule.
Well,
Yeah.
Don't be a jerk.
you could see
Exactly.
my Cherokee coming out. I spend one day in the sun, and I'm more Cherokee than all the DNC combined, blood-wise. I'll probably be more Cherokee than all of Biden's cabinet.
Yeah. Even Elizabeth Warren, believe it or not.
They need 64 Elizabeth Warrens to equal my amount of Cherokee, because I think she's 156th, something like that. So anyway, yeah, it's
Webb, the self-proclaimed Pocahontas of Neighborhood News Studio.
Yeah, the Powhatan, he was Chief Powhatan, right? That was Pocahontas' dad. Yeah, I think the yurts are fun. If Aaron could put up pictures of what the yurt looks like, or get a website, if you guys have a laptop there and can show people what the yurts are going to look like.
I don't know what
I do like the idea of being able to. I do like the idea of showing. Of showing all the people that are saying, "Hey, we got to have to look into this election, folks." There was some things that went wrong, and my basic fundamental thing on this is Trump should be able to challenge 5 states. If they're going to have a runoff election in Georgia, then have a runoff election in Pennsylvania. Have one in Michigan. And the loser should be able to challenge 5 states, and the winner should be able to challenge 5 states if he thinks he got screwed. And let's just do it all over again, because there's too much fraud. There's too much question. Let's just get through all this fraud and get down to counting real votes.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're watching.
I don't know. You guys looking up the yurt?
I found a fantastic video yesterday, but I can't. What is the name of the place where we're talking about?
I can't remember what he is. I know they're the yurts in Georgia.
Mountain and yurts.
Yeah. Yes. It's.
You'll not believe this, but there's a local. There's a woman who raises kind of horses and dogs out by where I used to live in Maryland, and I said, "Hey, can we get a bunch of Israeli art students in here in yurts, and they could practice dynamiting buildings, and this would be great." And she thought yurts were a great idea because you could put a lot of people out in a small area and keep them warm. Wow, are these the yurts? These are great.
Your video is coming up before ours.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm gonna be you, George.
Stone Mountain Campground.
Is that the Stone Mountain yurt?
Yeah, that's beautiful. It's
God.
a beautiful place. We were looking at it.
Oh,
last
what?
night.
Look at that. It's on a lake.
An error occurred. Is there another worldwide
Oh my
YouTube
God.
shutdown? Did you notice the YouTube shutdown, George? The other?
There's
Look at
probably
this.
3 people watching this video at once, so we can't.
Yeah, I did. That is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. I thought these were little kid yurts, like 3 feet high. These aren't yurts. These are like cabins.
Yeah, they're little bungalows, and they're real nice, and they got Wi-Fi, and like Aaron said, the only thing.
Eddie,
is,
go
like,
full screen.
Yeah. Hopefully their Wi-Fi is better than ours.
go full screen
Let's
for a
put
second.
it that way.
Their Stone Mountain Campground
full
is like,
screen.
why do we have
Eddie, do
getting
full screen.
thousands of hits right now?
Yeah. Yeah. Give me a sec, George. It's okay.
Eddie,
We finally got it. Are we muted?
I mean,
No, we're not.
this is amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the RV part.
Oh wait,
Okay, there
this
you
is.
go.
Yeah. Okay. It's towards the end. She gets to the yurts. Let me see.
Yeah, it's a beautiful.
Yeah,
place.
there it is. Okay.
And the weather's supposed to be in like the mid 50s. We looked it up, right? Ish.
Wow.
I think so. Yeah, there are the yurts. Yeah.
Yeah, look at this, man. These are awesome.
So what are the dates on this? Do we? Aaron,
He's gonna
yeah.
run back in here.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
Just text us, Aaron. Just text us.
Say it in the chat.
Yeah, this is some girl YouTuber who I guess did a tour there. So shout out to her for doing that. But something like that. But she only goes over to the yurts for like at the very end.
20 minutes. Let me over there and I'll answer all your questions and then I'll leave.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna go slow-mo.
The dates we said?
Yeah, what are the dates, Aaron?
So Monday, we're in Monday, November 30th, and we have to check out Friday morning because the yurts are always booked on the weekends. I imagine a lot of probably people from Georgia, maybe Atlanta folks probably book those things up on the weekend. So all the weekends are booked, but we got the first week in December. I was gonna do 2 weeks actually and figure we would like go find places to be during the weekend and come back for the second week. But I think by then we'll just migrate to Florida. You know, we'll continue the migration. We'll do a week at Stone Mountain and continue the flotilla or the whatever. Yeah,
Is that the?
I think people should email us or call us. I don't know. You know, like I think Addie maybe needs to put together a little itinerary. That people can then, you know, book. Maybe we do an Eventbrite. I think maybe the best way to do this Eventbrite, like John and George did one of the charrettes a while back. Just because there's going to be, you know, limited space and everything. We can't have people just crashing in and there, you know, we can't have everybody in the yurts. Once they fill up, once we get the first set number of people, then we'll have to, you know, tell you to get your own tent or your own RV spot, but we'll make it work. I think it's a good spot. I think there's a lot of current events going on there. Obviously, George has incredible history, and I mean, CNN is down the road, and the Georgia Guidestones aren't too far away. So
it's about an hour from Atlanta, right?
I mean, it's all depends on the traffic. I mean, really, it's like 20 miles outside of town. It's just probably, you know, in the morning, it takes a lot longer than in the afternoon, right? So maybe find the right time to go in. It's really close to Atlanta. Certainly, like, yes, we'll be able to go to Atlanta every day. We can go to the aquarium, do whatever else we want to do in Atlanta. But yeah, I mean, so that's the trip. That's the next exciting thing that I think we can put on the calendar, which is
Go to Centennial Park as well if people want, or the Coca-Cola thing, or I would personally want to see some Civil War stuff. I think that'd be fantastic. But yeah, let me just exit out. That's pretty much the end of the video. But there you go, people.
Well,
can I switch gears a little to another fun current event story I've seen?
Let's go ahead, George, and then you go, Aaron.
Maybe wrap
no,
it up
go
on-
ahead. Let Aaron, whatever's on Aaron's mind.
Can you type in and bring this story up for us? It's so funny how you've helped so many of us crack the codes of like the news cycle. Type in First Cobalt Ontario Glencore. Just in your search engine, right? First Cobalt Ontario Glencore. So this was a story that came up just this week. This First Cobalt of Ontario signed a deal with Glencore to get cobalt feedstock, quote unquote feedstock, from Glencore in a great agreement that they made, which no doubt will benefit both companies. And the feedstock, of course, is coming from the Katanga mine in Congo, where other feedstock of other things I think have come from. And I just found that interesting that, you know, an Ontario company was working with Glencore and making big deals for feedstock of minerals out of Congo, which just clicked so many George Webb boxes. I couldn't let it go. Sorry. There's my news story from
Ghana is also a big source of manganese, as you know, with Glencore. And Glencore, as you know, their CEO is sanctioned currently. It's been sanctioned twice in the Trump administration. So
Wow.
Anyway, guys, I'm going to have to go just for 1 second. I have to check out, so I need to sign out. So it's got to be a short one today. Thanks, everybody. I have
all good.
Early checkout today.
Sounds
Okay,
good.
bye-bye.
Maddie's got to get moving anyway.
Thank you, George Webb, for joining us, and thank you, everybody else. basically just a quick check-in show today. Let me bring it back here. Oh, there we go. About everything that's going on. Traveling today, as you can see, George is checking out of his room. I am getting all my stuff ready here to go tonight. I'll be in.
The next time the audience sees you, will be in our nation's capital.
Yes, more than likely. It might be at no interviews today. Might be actually at an airport or something. Who knows? Or excuse me, some travel, some sort of travel station. We'll see though. It likely will be in the DMV area. Yeah, so that's DC, Maryland, Virginia. Yeah.
Delmarva.
Yeah.
I guess that's not Delmarva. Delmarva is Delaware, Maryland, something else. Okay, yeah, DMV.
So someone someone mentioned super chats. So we've been using Entropy Chat to do super chats recently. So just for future reference, I do usually put it in the live chat, the link. But that's all from us, folks.
I think if anybody's interested in joining the Georgia trip, call the phone, I suppose, 734-224-7090. I hope I got that right. Or emailing
or the Florida trip or the Ghana trip.
Yeah, well, the Florida trip, we still need to get some definite dates and prices and just like how it's going to work, I think. But the Georgia is pretty well defined there, at least with those dates, and Ghana should be well defined. But check in with us, I guess. How do people contact you? What's your preferred way? I'm giving people the email, but like we've been miserable at answering the emails. I apologize if we haven't gotten to them fast enough. We're trying, but
if people want to email nnhour@pm.me, that's another good one. I actually checked that one. So if people want to email that, otherwise my email is addyads@pm.me. Otherwise, DMs too on Twitter or Instagram as well. Don't message me on Facebook, please. It's just like I never get the notifications. So
you're the most reliable person on the team. We love having you. We need you. Trust me.
Wow.
Contacts are important.
Yeah. Hopefully, I don't lose my phones.
We love you. We love you all, team. Thanks for being here. USA, USA.
I look at these comments. Yeah, Shrimpsu, I think, is doing good, guys. He wants to join us actually on one of these trips, so we're looking forward to that.
Yeah,
probably Florida, maybe Georgia. I don't know. We'll see what's going on. Maybe Florida too. Who knows?
Now that we've got Georgia set, I'll call and start working on finding the right place for Florida. George had talked about a friend that we have that's got some land in Florida, but like,
yeah, I know there's a small number of people who hate Shrimpsu because he wears a mask. He's like immunocompromised, guys, as far as I know. So that's partially why. It's also mostly a persona thing that he plays on YouTube.
So people would recognize him and he'd be that guy.
Yeah, it's kind of it too, with YouTube. So yeah, I mean, when I was at his place, he didn't wear a mask just like all day in the house. He would put it out for videos only. So he may be joining us. If people want to call in again, what's the number, Aaron?
734-224-7090.
Okay, 734-224-7090.
It's funny when people complain about online content. It's like, do you send a letter to every channel on TV that has a crappy program on the channel? You turn the channel to something else. Like, whatever. Some people like some things, some people don't like other things, It's just like, dude, like, people who love complaining are hilarious.
I don't know what you're talking about now, but we're gonna sign off today, folks. And we'll see you I will see you guys in the DMV. Until next time.